Hello, my friends. Hello, and welcome to the first edition of 420 Music Theater, turning into a new venue of which we like to call 420 Puppet Theater, which I don't know what the puppet thing's all about, because I really don't think there's any puppets in this, just us, just us hero soldiers. Anyway, I'm here to meet my daughter at the uh, amusement park. You can see in the background they're riding dinosaurs as we speak. It looks really interesting. All those flashing neon light signs. Anyway, I'm supposed to meet with my daughter, and I just got back from battle. I'm a little shell shocked. My amnesia is out of control. Like, I barely remembered to come to this spot to meet my daughter, and suddenly some director named Darren Sheely said he wanted us to do puppet theater, so I figured, hell, we'll stop by, see what we can do. Anyway, honey lamb, Angie, my daughter's name is Angie. I'm Colonel Bartholomew. Angie. Hi, Dad. Angie, you're okay. You survived the battle. What was it like? Well, I did what you asked me. I burned down all the guards' high towers, dug a big trench around their weed crop, cut a few plants down and brought them with me. Want to see? Well, yes, we'll get to that, but first, are you okay? When I ran, I heard gunshots, and I should have turned around to see if you were okay, but your walkie-talkie wasn't responding, so... Oh, I'm so glad to see you, honey. I guess I'll tell your mom you're not dead. I mean, not that I told her you were dead or anything, but... Anyway, hey, weren't you last fighting in Turkey, the country Turkey? Yeah, that's what we're doing. What was the name of this thing? Well, there was a cold front in Turkey, so they're calling it Operation Cold Turkey, Dad. But we got the weed crop that you wanted, and I'm about to show you what I can give you because I have to keep some of the weed to sell for my cosmetics in case the army does decide to have another social light dance between times that I have to fight fascist dictators with my bare hands and no resources. No resources and bare hands. You say that as though weed's not a resource. You say that as though weed's not a resource. Puppet theater technical difficulty, by the way. What do you mean it's a resource? Of course weed's a resource, but I gotta sell all mine to get the cosmetics I need to look pretty. Because my man, he's real picky, and, I'm not even skinny enough for him, and I took after your big boned... Big boned? Hell, 8 inch of fat on me. I can squeeze my stomach into a 6-pack right now, darling. Anyway, why don't you go get that weed and all to keep the crowd entertained? So yeah, we're in Turkey. We just fought a battle. It was Operation Cold Turkey. And it was a follow-up as to the cold front that came in. The government had to practically shut down Turkey because they weren't used to it being cold. And by the time snow hit Morocco, we knew we'd be putting a lot of colonialization into this to keep people warm, because really capitalism sells all the best heaters, and really what we know from cold turkey is that heaters work best. Oh wait, here she comes. Check out this bag. It's bigger than... I'm lowering it by crane. That's amazing. That's a big bag. What's in that? That can't be your weed supply. That's bigger than me. That's gotta be pounds of weed in puppet weed terms. Well, I think even in human terms, that's a lot of weed. I think that's a lot of weed in human terms as well as puppet. But what happened was during Operation Cold Turkey, a few of the soldiers took it wrong and thought they had to get off weed because that's cold turkey too. So they all started stashing it. Then the Turks stole it. Then I broke into the palace, karate chopped the Turkish dictator, grabbed the weed, and came back. Hang on, I'm going to get some out of this bag for you, Dad. I'm so excited that you finally get to stop jonesing and get your ball. Oh, man, and I was jonesing, too. I'll tell you, I was Jahol and Sahan, but just the smell of that's ripping me up. Whoa. Hang on. Actually, maybe I should just... No, you can't take this from here. I'm in charge of the bag. I'll give you a little bit of weed. The rest is mine. I've got to sell it for makeup. We already discussed this. But don't you think if I took the bag home, I could, I don't know, sleep on a big pillow of weed like I've always dreamed of? You've had some wacky dreams in your life, but that's the one I'm definitely not going to see come to fruition in my lifetime. The reason I joined the army was to get rid of that kind of shit. All right, I'm Johnson. I'm waiting for her to get the weed out. Prepare for Act 2 of 420 Puppet Theater. As Angie, the daughter of Colonel Bartholomew, gives her dad, the colonel, his share of the turkey weed. She lowers it by crane. Whoa, dude. Can I smell it? Can I smell it, honey? Dad, you're always so creepy when you get around weed. I can't believe you. No, it's not that. It's just I'm in love with Mary Jane. I'm in love with you, Mary Jane. I'm in love. Oh, I can't smell through the bag. Whoa. That stuff's strong. Be serious. I haven't even smoked it and I'm already coughing. Dad, we had to basically take over an entire city block and confiscate all the weed on that city block to get this. There's hardly any weed in Turkey to begin with. We're lucky we found some expatriate holed up in a hole-in-the-wall bar, and he led us straight to the fascist dictator who was using this to lord it over the people. Can you believe that? I'll just break it out and let's smoke it. Hang on. I'm going to open this if it's the last thing I do. All right, it's open, Daddy-o. Daddy-o, where'd you go? Dude, all I did was breathed in that stuff and it knocked me out. What's in that? Are you sure that's weed? Well, it's knocking me out, that smell. Geez, just having this stuff around is giving me a cough. What about you, Dad? Oh, I think we're both falling under. I think we'd better roll a joint, or maybe we should just stare at it. It's as big as us. Hey, I know you're not going to let me sleep in it, but would you at least let me roll in it? What are you talking about? You mean roll a J? No, I mean, can I get in that bag and roll in the weed? If I can roll in the weed, yeah, just don't get anything anywhere else. I got a better idea. You can dip your top of your bald head in the weed and see if the residuals from the plant come seeping through your sweat cells. Done. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, dude, my cranium's never felt so good. I love jumping on my head. I love jumping on my head into a giant pool of weed. Oh, I want to fill my swimming pool with this. I want to fill my swimming pool with this treading water. My dad is a nutcase. What are you talking about, Willis? I'm doing fine. I just fought a battle in Turkey, Operation Cold Turkey, and here I am turkeying it up in all the green that my daughter found. Wait, you're not really supposed to touch green with your skin if you want it to last. Hang on. Honey, that was fun and all, but I gotta take me a quick shower. Can you keep the audience entertained with a story? Puppet theater story? Plus it's getting through my sweat pores. The weed kind of did absorb through my sweat pores, and now I'm completely fucking trashed. So there I was, alone on a raft The rest of my company had been defeated by guerrilla warfare, or they had left to join the battle against the guerrillas that defeated their friends. And I was alone on the raft, and I rafted. Oh yes, did I raft. I rafted until I came to a deserted island in the middle of a river. And I couldn't believe how big the island was, and there was a face chiseled into the rock, but it was such a hideous, dictator-looking face of someone who had taken power there and forced people to build a rock out of him. So I blew it up, same way as I stole this weed. I planted a big bug of C4 right underneath the cargo train that was going into the campground to feed it, and I detonated it right as it got near the statue. And good old Despot that was running the camp watched his rock head explode, and it was enough to scare him into crapping his pants. When I came to the camp, I told him it would be okay, and then I capped his ass and took his weed. And we smoked all that in a couple of hours with the natives, and they were snapping out of the fact that that despotic fascist had been feeding their kids to a Moloch pit or whatever. But I'll tell you, nothing's better than Operation Cold Turkey when all we had to do was walk in, no Turks anywhere, because they're all afraid of the cold weather, and the cold weather's spreading the germs, and nobody wants the COVID or anything like that. Even in Turkey, they're worried about it. I don't know how they're worried about COVID if they wear masks in their religion, but that's beside the point. The point is, the guards at the weedery in Turkey fell asleep right as I came by to see if it was warming up at all. And right when I realized it wasn't warming up, Operation Cold Turkey turned into Operation Steel Pound a Pot. Only this is a lot more than a pound in puppet weight. This is more like about 20 pounds in puppet top. See, I can swim in it too. I know my dad likes to swim in it, but let me try. Woo! That is some stank. Oh, get me out! Get me out of this bag! Whoa! I think she's about to fall asleep. I'm just gonna let her kind of have her paradise, because she told me when she was a little kid that it was her dream to rescue 100 pounds of pot, fall asleep in it, which is really what it is 100 pounds in puppet weight. See, puppet weight's a little bit different than human weight. Humans are all giants and puppets are all, well, I'm a giant puppet, but you don't see the guy behind me controlling me and talking as though he's me in order to keep me alive, and that's just a weird puppet secret that I didn't mean to divulge. I'm still a really good soldier. I can still strategize really good battles. I might tell you two about battle maybe next episode. We're going to have ourselves more than one episode because this is going well. Hang on, I got to see if my daughter's okay. Honey, are you in there? Whoa! Oh, I just had this weird vision that a giant hand picked me up. I wonder if the dude with the giant hand is cute. I wonder if the dude with the giant hand could have carried this pot for me. Maybe I just smoked so much pot I'm seeing things. Like that weird-ass cartoon back there behind the pot bag. I can't seem to see it. Dad, you're in the way. You're in the way. I want to see the movie. Hang on, I'll get you out of there. Five minutes passes. Can you believe that movie? There's been a movie on behind us here at base camp the whole time. Did you know it was movie night at base camp? Colonel Bartholomew, I mean Dad. Listen, daughter Angie, I mean daughter. I didn't notice that movie at all, except for it was a backdrop to 420 Puppet Theater. Here, let me try something here. I'm not taking it. I just want to see the movie. Seems like there's something interesting on all of a sudden with Felix the cat. And hello everyone, welcome to the halfway point of 420 Theater. This is your host, Aaron Sheely. I'm listening to these puppets as intently as you are, so now returning to them. Who was that weirdo? That was absolutely bizarre. I didn't need that. That made me feel like I'm in two universes at once. And I'm barely walking sideways anyway from that last couple of battles where all those landmines were going off. I saw this landmine go off and blow up a sheep. That sheep went to the moon. And if anybody else steps on a landmine where I laid them, they're going to the moon too. But sometimes you just gotta lay a landmine, because really, if they're coming for you and they don't know it's there, then it's the perfect way to blow them up. What do you say, daughter? I say that I really enjoy getting bailed out of a bag of pot by a big hand. That was really generous of the big hand. It's one of those army clones, Dad, where they make these giant hands push puppets around, and it almost makes people think we're not real so we can stay Secret Service ops. But anyway, they do say it's a puppet master government, whatever, Robert Heinlein, all that. Oh, look at this. Look at this. It's a beautiful old silent film cartoon. I think I've seen this. No. Who is this cartoon madness? I just want to be on the same channel as this shit if this movie makes it big. What do you think, Dad? If the movie makes it big, what am I going to do? I already have all the pot I need. The cold turkey's right over there. I already have a beautiful daughter who's acing out all of her exams except for penmanship, which she's failing miserably and could keep her held back. But she's getting straight A's in calculus, and she's only she's an 11th grader. I know she looks older than that. She is 18. Trust me, she's 18. Not because of what I said, but because of what happened in a brothel hostel on the way to Turkey on the Armenian Express. But we won't discuss such things, because I just want you to know she's got her ID, and if you're an eligible man, don't look at her the wrong way, because I'm her daddy, and I will drown you in cold turkey pot if you even go near her. All right, what were you going to say, young one? Oh, I'm just having so much fun tonight, watching my favorite cartoons about Felix the cat, hanging with my dad, finally pleased him with the weed. We swam in weed. I'm so stoned. Whoa. Look at that. Maybe I could ride this dinosaur. The dinosaur's gone. What the heck? I'm trying to get in this cartoon, but I can't quite get into this cartoon. Well, I'll just watch it while keeping you at home entertained. Because if there's one thing I gotta do, it's keep you at home entertained for at least another 30 minutes. Because this ain't no puppet theater until it's been a 30-minute puppet theater show, and well, right now it ain't been 30 minutes, you know what I mean? We just barely getting started. Yeah! Dude, she's freaking insane. I mean, she's cool, my daughter. She really knows how to write poetry really well, and she learned to tie her shoe at age 2. That's when I knew she'd join the army like I did. I knew she was so efficient at stuff that she'd just poof. I think we're stoned, honey. What do you think, daughter? Dad, keep talking to the audience. I gotta tie my shoelace. Oh, sorry, honey. Okay. So I was just saying that, whoa, this cartoon. Whoa. Who are those guys? I swear I've never seen any movie stars quite like them. That's got to be the skinniest, weirdest looking movie star. Oh, it's a cartoon. But cartoons are movie stars. Like, for instance, the South Park guys, they're movie stars, but they're cartoons. I don't get it. They could show up in a movie as themselves and be considered movie stars, but I wonder if the South Park kids have ever, not Trey and Matt that govern them, but I wonder if the South Park kids themselves have ever played themselves in another movie. Like, South Park doesn't seem to have any spin-offs yet, and that's because every episode's a freaking spin-off. That's another theory altogether. That's what I call my South Park theory. You know, I was just talking to a boyfriend soldier of mine. Sorry, Dad, I didn't mean boyfriend. I mean a boy that was a friend. And I was just talking to him about the small town of South Park. And I just realized that it's so small that you can blow past it in your vehicle in 5 minutes and not even know you passed it on the way between Glenwood and Buena Vista. And by the way, if you're headed to Buena Vista, there's something I must point out. There is a small dirt road right on the outskirts of town that takes you a little further south and down the windy road, and you go into the trees and into the forest and into the woods. Damn smoker cough. And what should appear but a cemetery, a Buena Vista cemetery. And I shit you not, there is a gravestone in that cemetery that has a devil star on it. Can you believe it? I mean, first of all, the town is St. Elmo. It's St. Elmo's graveyard off in the distance. That's off this dirt road. Hard to get to. Don't know where it is. Don't know if I could find my way back. Army privileged information here. But if you go to that graveyard, they literally have a Satan star on their grave. And it's not the first time I've seen that in a graveyard. It's just St. Elmo's has a certain quality about it. Like the whole town is a ghost town because of like some kind of strange magic spell that was cast on the place, and everybody just turned into dust. They just disintegrated into dust, the whole town, like Sodom and Gomorrah. Only there was no earthquake because there was still an Undertaker around. But stop! I don't want to hear about how the Undertaker himself put the demon star on that dude's grave. Because think about it. How do we know that that guy wanted it? I mean, he might have been a separation of church and state type guy. What if he was in the military? Then he can't promote beliefs that are disdainful of the American belief, which nobody's saying that Satanism is disdainful of the American belief, considering Benjamin Franklin was a raging Satanist. You know, wait, Dad, you're screwing up the story. Benjamin Franklin is not a Satanist. He's more of a deist with occultish beliefs. Now, I have to explain something real quick about the occult to this crowd because they've been reading about it, thinking about it, wondering what it is. And what I'm about to tell you is that you don't have to believe in God or the devil to believe in the occult. You can believe in the power of metaphysical language or magical language. You have to have magic, you know, to be a sorcerer, but just because you're a sorcerer don't make you a devil worshiper, because I know plenty of sorcerers that said they don't even talk to the devil, and I knew one sorcerer who said the devil never answers him anyway, as much as he'd tried every spell to conjure him. So wait, you're screwing up the story. I gotta tell you the real part of the story. What is that they're reading back there? Why is there words? Why does my cartoon TV show have words? Ooh, what are they drawing? Oh, that's cool. This is Phantasmagoria by Emil Cole, 1894, first cartoon ever. There's Gertie the dinosaur. Oh, this is too much. Too much for me to handle. Bring back the weed. We're swimming in it. We're spending the last 5 minutes of this movie swimming in weed. The crane dropped the weed. Okay, me first. I'll climb in. It's slick. Here we go. Whoa! Whoa! Kajoink. Oh, I have a perfect idea. I'm gonna let you bake in there for a minute. I might try. Here, I'll close the bag. Oh, I don't want to suffocate you. Sorry, honey. How you doing in there? I don't even hear you coughing. I thought I felt a hand on my waist, but that would be like I'm not real and just someone else moving me around and using me as my voice, and that just can't be it. Because, look, I may be an existentialist, but nobody puppet masters me, okay? I understand that, well, I might be a puppet, and there may be a puppet master that we saw in this film, but guess what? I'm my own dude. If I want to do something against what the puppet master out there says, then I do it, because I frickin' have free will. And my free will is determining me to jump in this bag. Mr. Hand, help me get in this bag. I love that we clone these giant hands in the army. Oh, excuse me, daughter. Let's take a nap. I'm going to tell you a bedtime story, and then we'll call it good for this week, okay? Because we'll probably be back next week after a couple more battles and needing to do more drug deals and having more war stories about blowing up dictators. And I didn't even tell you about the time I was hypnotized into assassinating a dictator. And I know you've been through that now too. And your mom would have been so proud of you if your mom wasn't crushed by a lawnmower at age 3. I mean, she wasn't 3 years old, but you were 3. And we both turned into puppets and jumped in a bag of weed. But the reason that led up to this was your mom was a great lady. But when she heard I was going to the military, she charged out in front of my mower and told me to get off, and I didn't hit off in time, and I fell off the thing and it rolled right over. And well, your mom's in a better place. I'd scatter her ashes right to this bag of weed, right and through this bag of weed if I could, and you'd smoke her ashes. I hear in India it's a sign of love that you smoke out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Sorry, I just was seeing how long I could hold my breath. You're staying in there, big galoot. Sorry, I just had to see how long it took. I could hold my breath in that bag. It seems like I held my breath for quite a while. It seems like it was quite a thing. So I hope you've gotten a lot out of today's Puppet Theater, 420 Puppet Theater. I hope you realize that Aaron Sheely is directing this, and really, you can tell he's hit an all-time high, because you would thought I would say all-time low, but I'm telling you all-time high. Now he works with who he wants. The topic is what he wants. He can improv the whole thing, and you're still totally fucking entertained. So let's just go ahead and applaud part 1 of 420 Puppet Theater. And we will catch you on the next Delirious Delight, on which my dad may not be sober by then, but we're going to try and do an even weirder sketch next time. But we might have to bring our cartoon computer back, which is the size of a building, and I think it's cool that I can walk right into that, right before that screen. And you know, I am entirely life-size. That's what's weird about this puppet theater. We're life-size. The giant behind us is one that's like 10 times bigger than any human. We're all normal sizes. Something to think about. Anyway, love you, Dad. Love you, Dad. Love you, Dad. Love you, Dad. Oh, no, I'm picking up something in my headset here. I'm gonna put it on a speaker. This just in, soldiers. If you have taken any weed from the Turkish in the cold turkey, remember, we will all be in national debt up to our ass trying to pay back the Turkish for losing their crop. So do what you can and replace the weed. Either replace it with money or weed, or no deal, because the Turkish government has so many drug dealers in it. They know that the only form of currency could be drugs or weed to fend off the battle that could come from taking their weed. That was weird. Did anybody hear anything? I heard a weird voice, and it wasn't my dad. He's barely breathing. Hey, wake up in there. Wake up in there. Come on now, the show's about to end. We got like a minute left. Oh, look, it's... that weed. I just love to lay in it and smell it, and I've never had a bed of weed. I'm staying in this weed tonight. I'm going back to sleep in it. Come on, honey. Hey, what's going on? Oh, you want to make bunk beds in the weed? You're insane, Dad. I got to go back to battle. They're saying we owe the Turkish weed, and this is only a little bit of the Turkish weed. Here, you guard this stash. I'm going to go fight the Turkish. All right. Love you, buddy. Peace out, Dad. Well, I'm taking a bow. I'm taking a bow for you all. And that is to prove that I have really enjoyed getting to show my entertainment skills as the master of ceremonies. Not the puppet master of ceremonies. But do any of us really believe there's a real puppet master? Or are the puppets mastering him? The end.